Good. So we merge a bunch of pull requests on Thursday. A fixed logger not showing URL when exception occurs. Here, yes, bad formatting here. Then admin theme, Soteris is working on that. I see that is active on the forum too. Okay, so some changes are going on. 110x, same thing. Fixed a bug from Giuseppe. The string, if it's null, it was an issue, now it's fixed. Exclude file from gulp. This is an extension of the assets.json file to be able to exclude some files in a pattern. So you could say, execute the full directory, but not these files using the bang command. So process the full directory, but not some specific files. So that's good. Maybe something to update in the documentation. I know we have good documentation for this file. Maybe we should update that. Should be hard. And that's it for last week work on Orchard 1. Questions? Orchard 2. This is my branch. Fetch all. So yeah, demo status. So Orchard 2, I will start with that. So yesterday I released Orchard.Core Samples. So this is this repository, GitHub. Orchard.Core Samples, which is just one solution with 4 projects, 2 modules, 1 modular application and 1 multi-tenant application. The multi-tenant application being also modular, but it's just to separate the concerns here. Link to the video that I gave 3 months ago. Explanation of what module is doing what, how to run it from Visual Studio, from the command line, how to configure the multi-tenant and how to test it, like go to this URL, go to that URL, how to create a new module, a link to Orchard.Core CMS. And so if you just download the solution, you can see how to create new modules and build modular applications, which have nothing to do with a CMS, just building modular and multi-tenant application in ASP.NET Core. Okay. Yep, and I did this because the ASP.NET MVC team asked me to release a set of samples, so they can point to it whenever someone tells them, oh, I'm building a modular application or a modular framework, I need to do that and that, or I need multi-tenancy, how do I do in ASP.NET Core? Then they can just point to these samples and they will have some examples on how to do that. So that's the reason, which is good. So that's first thing. Then on the changes, question about this thing maybe? I don't know. I can add there a sample to run Orchard as service. No, this is just for modules and multi-tenancy. But if you want to add a sample to do that, we can create another repo. That's okay. So the goal is really for the ASP.NET team to point to that. So if we have too many things, then we'll dilute the message and it won't work as good. But yes, we can make another repository if you want. So you made it work, I assume. Is it nice or is it complex? Clean, super. Okay. Yes, you can show it. We talked about it like almost a year ago. I assume now it's better. If you can't create a repository, Sergio, let me know. I will create one for you. Okay? Skype me after and I will create it. This then updates on the code. What happened? So jQuery is still working on the fluid branch and the templates branch. Well, on this templates module and the fluid branch. So this will be merged very, very soon. I will work on it now. Nick hasn't done much on workflows. 7 days ago. So this is jQuery. I've been working on the media branch to finalize it, to fix the remaining bugs and more bugs I found by doing demos and trying the things and trying to do actual stuff. I found some limitations, so I did new things. jQuery, this is widgets. Alexander Boscher of Alexander has been working, so Alex has been working on the userstore branch to finish some methods in the services, in the user services that were not either correct or not implemented. So he's been working on that. And right now, I think he wants to merge the branch from Rustem, who abstracted the users. This is also another branch, another pull request. Master is this little bug fix, which was necessary for my samples, because by doing samples, we see that things have been broken, and now it's fixed again. We are missing 2 services for multi-tenancy. 3D view from jQuery, and this is my templates branch, which contains the media. So I have a media pull request, and then I made a templates branch on top of media, which contains the Orchard templates module, and where I also fix some media things. So in the end, I will delete the media PR and just make this templates PR. And this is what I will show you today, because everything works now, plus new stuff. So I have the blog, nothing about media right now. I'm going in admin. So what was broken with the media was the flow editor with media picker. So as a reminder, just for Sipke, the media looks like looks the same as in Orchard one, but so I will add some kittens. Okay, the main difference with Orchard 1 is that those are not content items. They are just files. But it doesn't prevent you from creating content items also, and they will be available in content items. Okay, so they are just files. All the media are files. We can drag and drop, we can create folders, everything works beautifully. And this is completely done with Vue.js, and it's reusable anywhere without any hack or trick like in Orchard 1. It's just one JavaScript to include, and then you have the editor available, and even multiple editors. So what was not working is that if I'm going to content types, there is an old image content type which is there that I will fix. But right now I have to do it manually, so I will remove this image as a text field. Okay, and instead keep my caption. Remove the, no, I will remove this part which is a bug. I will keep the title. There is a caption, and I will add a media field that we'll call media. I hope it will work. I've never tried with the name media, but it should work. And I can select multiple or require images, so multiple would be okay. Well, theory, because it's an image content type, we should have a single one. Okay, so title, media, caption, that's good. And it's not creatable, so I can't see it in new. Okay, I could, but it's not the point here. So image is done. What I want to do, yes, okay, what I want to do first is make it, can I make it a widget? Do I want to make it a widget? Okay, let me create a new type. I will create an image widget. Type, okay. and I want it to have a title and a field that I will call image. Yeah, that will work. It will be a lot of image, but that will work. Save. Only one. Save. Image title. I want my title above my fields. Save. And it's creatable, so I can create a new image if I want. Yeah, image widget. No, I don't want it to be creatable, but I want it to be a widget. Save. Okay, now I can't create it. I don't want to list it. I don't care. Save. Now, if I do a new flow page, because a flow page is able to render widgets, I can create a test page and add a widget, and the image widget will be available. So I can have a paragraph with some lorem ipsum, because it's much better when there is actual lorem ipsum. Okay, I will enable the preview because preview is awesome. Okay, you can see everything here. And there I will add a widget as an image widget. And this didn't work before, but you see the editor is inside this collapsible thing. So I can add a title like a kitten. And you see the image here is already rendered, the title and image. And by default, the media field will only render the media URL. It won't try to figure how to render the thing, it's just the URL. So I will just say that and select that. And this is a full editor like the other page. It's just embedded in a pop-up. So upload file and creation of folders and navigation will still work. So here I select one, and you can see the URL is here. Okay. So this didn't work before last week, and now the media editor is embeddable directly there. So if I add another image, for instance.
So the preview doesn't show the image, but the editor does show the image?
Yeah, the editor, yeah, because, yeah, correct. That's kind of weird. I agree. Stupid. But that's...
But I'm just wondering, what if you upload other types of media like Word documents and PDFs?
Yeah, it will. Maybe it will fail. I haven't tried. Correct. Yeah. To be fixed. So you see the two items here rendered, and because it's the flow, you can take it, remove it, well, move it, and it will move automatically. So I close the preview, and I will publish this item. Okay, so this bug is fixed. Then templates. To manage templates, you need to enable the module. It's not by default. Templates, enable. So what I want to do is use the templates module to be able to format how this widget is rendered. Because my image widget, when it's rendered, it's using a title rendering, the standard one, and the standard field rendering. So what I want is actually just render the image, and using the title as the alt attribute. Okay. So to do that, we need to define the template for this file. This is image widget type. This is a widget. So in theory, in templates, I can add a template and call it widget, because it's a widget. And here I have an example, widget __ image widget. Okay, so widget dash image widget. And description is image widget template. Content here is what we want. So if I just say foo and save, I will go to my content items here and open it in a new window. Oh, this is not what I wanted to do. I wanted to view it. So I will get foo, okay, because I have two widgets and the template now is foo. So I go there, templates, widget, and what we want to render actually is an image. So we just use the image tag, src equals, and then we'll get the image URL, which is from a template in this module, use model to get whatever is passed to the view, so model, content item, content, like in Orchard 1, and then the parts. So I have image widget, so I have an image widget part, which has image field, which has, so let's use just that, image field. I don't know what is available, so I save it, and now you will see that, oh, I put it into an image tag, so I will take it out like this, save, and you can see the JSON that is available. So path is an array of URLs. So then you can say image.path, and you want the first element of the array. Okay, so you could do index of 0, but in this case, I'm not sure you can do that. But in this case, in Liquid, you can do first on an array. It will give you the first element. And then we can say, so this is the URL, but the URL in the media storage. So now we will ask it to make it a media URL, to make it a public URL like http / so on. And then that should already work, so I will save it. F5.
Oh, what was that syntax? That's a pipe, and then?
That's Liquid. You haven't been there for a long time. So right. The Orchard templates module is accessible in the admin. So we can't provide Razor directly because you will, for security reasons, you will provide access to many things. Mm-hmm. So we are using Liquid, which we are also using for tokens now. So tokens is also using the same Liquid syntax. Mm. Okay, so everything you can see in templates, you can use it in tokens, and it's pretty nice. So media URL will convert any URL into the media actual URL, and you see it works here.
And how is that media URL token? Yeah, I don't know if it's a token in this context, but how is that mapped to an actual function?
This is a function. You pipe function. So this is the parameter you pass to media URL as an input. Media URL is a function. We call it a filter in Liquid. And then, you haven't seen that either, but the others have seen it. There is a resize URL filter that is provided by the media library. And you can pass it, for instance, 322 pixel. So if I save, I hit F5, now my image is 322 pixel. Okay?
That's pretty cool.
And this thing is actually cached, and you see the URL is exclamation point with equals 320. You can also change how you want to resize it, the height, whatever, all the transformation you want. So this is for the image, and I wanted also to make available the alt as the title of this thing. So I will do the same thing here. But I will go into title part and use the title. Okay, and close my image. Save. F5, and now my two widgets are rendered, and they have an alt with the title I put in the data. Okay, and if we want, we can make them inside a div. Oh, it's a widget, so I need to do it differently. So I will do it differently. I will show you why. /div. So what we need, because it's a widget, we need to wrap it with the alignment and size information. So this we will get from the classes that the widget has. And these classes are done like this. So we'll put an article tag because the theme requires that. Well, it doesn't require that, but this is how we do it by default. Classes is the classes on the shape. Pipe join to join all the classes separated by a space. Okay, that's the format. This will have to be documented or with some samples. So if I save now they are aligned like this, and they will respect the alignment and size that we define in the flow properties. Okay, so the templates work like this, so it's nice. Yep.
So that template is stored in a database, right? And
yes.
You could have also just created Would you be able to create a razor file in your theme, and also a liquid file instead?
Yes, the liquid file will always take over anything that you have in your theme. There are advantages compared to Orchard 1. In Orchard 2, now it only applies to the front-end theme. It won't apply to the admin theme. It was a bug in Orchard 1. So also, I'm not sure it's faster than in Orchard 1, but it's super fast because the liquid is interpreted once and then rendered every time. So this page, for instance, is super fast. Okay, like there is the title part, there is this content item, which is a paragraph, 2 other content items, which are widgets, but all these content items are actually embedded in a single one, which is the test page. So there is a single database query to get everything and then to render it. And then you get thousands of requests per second with less than 10 milliseconds per request. So it's super, super fast. So that's what.
When you said it would only render once, but what if you have a filter that returns, say, then a computed value like the current time? Would it be?
I mean, no. It will parse it once, so the tree is completely. It's like compiled, but not very compiled. There's a tree of steps of syntax element to evaluate. So then all this tree is reevaluated every time, but there is no parsing or whatever. So it's not as fast as compiled, but it's almost as fast as compiled. The difference is that now there is no compilation, so it's faster than having a razor file, which will have to be compiled first. So yeah, that's good. That's a good model. You will see it's very, very fast, and even on the first time you load it. So that's it for the templates, how they work. Something we could have done also, instead of doing an image tag, we can do that. Let me show you. I showed it already last time, I think. So there is another filter available. So I can just say that and then pipe img tag. This is a liquid standard one, and you can then pass a parameter, which will be the alt. Okay, so you can pipe a URL to the image tag filter. This will render an image tag. So this will do exactly the same thing. I hit F5 and this is the same thing. Okay, that's another way to do that. So this is flows. What is nice then is that you can go much further. So when I did that, I wanted to do something interesting, which was my first goal, to make, for instance, a carousel widget, so that when we are a new flow page, or if I content items, I take this flow page, I could add a carousel anywhere. Okay? Oh, first, something interesting here. I will expand that if I can. Okay, here. Now, if I go on this one and this one, and I say 50%, and this one too, it doesn't work. They should flow on the same line, and it doesn't happen. I don't know why. Not enough space. Yes, not enough space. You see, so it flows this way because now because it's wrapped into a widget tag. So I don't need that actually. And if I say 33, you see 33, 25, so it takes 25. But I force the size of the first one, then up to the designer to decide how to wrap these. But I like it. So 50, 50, boom, that works. And if it's smaller, then it will flow again normally. So that's good. So what I wanted to do was to be able to add a carousel. Like I can add images, good, but I want to add a carousel. And the carousel will itself have images. Okay? And I can add as many carousels as I want. So carousel is a widget. A widget which has images. So it needs a container of images. And a flow is already a container of images. But the flow is a container of, well, it's a container of anything, but of any widget. But I really want a container of images. And I don't want to order them, to position them. I just want a list of images, and the carousel will then organize it in a carousel JavaScript. So we need a list, okay? Sipke, you are familiar with lists. Because
yeah, do we have the list module here?
Yes, it was one of the first we made because the blog is a list.
Oh, of course, yeah, I remember that.
So if you go content items and blog, you see I can create blog post because the blog has a list which itself is made of blog post only.
And does it still work like in combination with the containable part?
Yes, it's the notion that yes, this is the list is the containable part, and there is a contained thing. So if I go to the well, not really, it's automatic now. Blog post doesn't have to be contained. Just by you can just specify in a list what it can contain, and then it will reference the content items. So blog post is an independent content item, and the blog references all the each blog post knows what container it has. Okay, so that's the difference. So, and there is a table to query all the contained items you want to query that, and this is what the list is doing.
Okay, so the blog post part has knowledge about it being a contained item.
Yes, it has the data. It has the data. That's it. It's contained by something, but it's an independent element. So I can do a carousel like this. A carousel making a list and then pointing them. But the issue is that in terms of performance is that when I load my flow page and I have a carousel and I have 10 carousels with 100, with many content items as images, then there will be as many, not as many, but there will be lots of records to load. So what will be ideal will be to have the list, but which is containing the content items. This is what the menu is doing. The menu is doing that. The flow part is doing that. So actually, if we take the flow part, these are content items which are contained by the flow part. So I made a new part that I called a bag part. I could not use list because list is already existing, but the bag is like the flow, the same editor, but it will only allow a specific set of content items. They don't have to be widgets because it's not about rendering and organizing these content items, but just containing them. So they don't have to be widgets. And the editor is the same, and you can reorder. So this is how it works. So I will create a carousel of images. So I have the image type, okay, which is the same as image widget, but a simple content item. So I will create a new type called carousel. Create, and the carousel will be a widget. Save. And I will say I don't want it to be creatable. I don't want it to be listable. I want it to be a widget. Save, and I will add a named part. I will add the part. I will add a part, which will be the bag part. Okay, so it will be a bag. It will be a bag of what? Like for the list, it will be a bag of image. I can select as many as I want. I will just say that. So a carousel is a bag of image. So if I now go to my content items test, I can add a widget, which is a carousel. And now in the carousel, I can add item. And I can add an image. So now in my carousel, I have an image, which is titled kitten1. And I can select the media and give it a caption. I can add another item, image, which will be kitten2. Another kitten, this one. Caption, yet another one. Okay, and I will publish it. Okay, and if it worked, my carousel has 2 images, which are that. Okay, so the editor works pretty nicely, but the carousel is a bag. So what it will do, it will render each content item as a summary. And this guy's summary will display something. Let's see what it displays. So I will go to here, F5, the 50%, and now I have the summary 1, and the summary points to the detail. This doesn't work, makes sense because it's not available, but maybe you should fix it. Caption the field, media the field. Okay, so this is a generic thing, but it's a carousel. So now we can, with templates, define how to render a carousel. So I will do widget __ carousel. Okay, and the content, I have it here. I will use this one, and I will explain what it does. So first, the widget wrapper to be able to resize the carousel itself. Then this is a bootstrap carousel, so generic copy-paste from the bootstrap website. Then a for loop for each image in model, content item, content, carousel part. Images is the name of the, no, it's media. Is it? No, images is the name of the, no, the part is called bag actually, because I didn't name the part. So the part is a bag. And the bag has, oh yes, I know why. So this example, in this example here, imagine I used the bag part. First what I did is that I used a field directly on the carousel, a media field where I could say multiple images. But what I wanted is not just the URL of the image. I wanted an image to have a URL, a title, and a caption for my slide. Okay, so that's why it's better now. So I can use carousel dot so content.bag because this is a part name. Then the field is called media. No, I'm lost. Bag has a property which must be content items. Each content item, okay, that must be it. In case we don't know, we can always comment that. Let's say I will cut it, and I will just inject model.content_item dot what is that, carousel, and just to have an idea of what is rendered. Did I make a mistake? Image widget, that's not it. Widget carousel. I'm missing something. Oh, content. Save. So this is not very goodly formatted, but back part has the content items and so on. Okay, so back part, content items. We could create a nice filter for that, so we can say like pipe prettify or JSON, something like that, so we can have a browsable thing. So content dot back part dot content items. Okay, so I will just say my loop here and reuse that. Here content items, content back part dot content items. So the content items of my back part for each image. Then here we can say URL image dot path dot first. So we take for each content item, which is an image content item, we take the media field, we take the path property, and we take the first path, and we pipe it to media URL to get the URL of the media. Okay, then class. Oh, this is nice. So in Liquid, in a loop, you have access to a local property called for loop with elements like index or first or last. So you can say if it's the first item, this is active. This is for Bootstrap. And then the source of the image in the div is the URL that will resize to this one. And that's it. There are other options in Bootstrap to use a caption. I won't do that, but there are classes that you can add after. And that should work if I save it. F5. What does it say? /media. So I have two items, but the URL is wrong. So I must have made a mistake in the URL. Image is the content item, and the content item is an image type. So it's image, the variable, dot image, the type, dot the field, dot the property. Save. F5. And now I have a carousel, which might or might not work, and it works. Okay. The dimension is not adapted to the full size because my images are not big enough, but if I add a caption, it will work too. So now I have a carousel widget that I can reuse everywhere I want in my content items. The only difficulty here was to find out for this template, but I think that with some documentation and some samples, it will be pretty easy to find them. Okay, it's not that hard. I can't see how it could be simpler because you have to access the property and you have to organize the HTML. But that's okay. And it can also be, again, a razor template if you want. But here it's nice because everything can be dynamic, so it can be embedded into recipes and exported, shared, whatever. And also edited by the user or by the designer because it's safe. You can give it to a designer. It can't break anything by the design. It can't access it can't do a format C:, or access database or whatever. Okay. So that's good, I think. And I think that's it. No, that's not it. So this is the bags part. Okay, the bag part. Something else you can do now with this bag part is custom content items, which will embed stuff. So I don't know if he's here. Is Bertrand here? It's not here. So I had an idea last time to make an attachment part, which will be available in, for instance, a page. So because the issue we had now by moving back from content items from media is that when you select in a body the image, you don't have a title, but you don't need to create a content item for each of the images just to have titles somewhere. So what we can do now is edit the page. So if I go to content type definition and edit the page, and I will add a named part, and this is the answer to your question, CK, from yesterday on GitHub. I will call it attachments, and attachments, a description list of image attachments, or file attachments, if you want, and I will use the bag as a reusable part. This is the only one right now. And the bag, sorry, oh, my mouse doesn't work anymore. Yes, oh, it's laggy. And the attachments, I want to put it under body, and I want to select that attachments can have image. Okay, attachments. So now if I create a new page, or if I edit one, I will edit the about page. If I edit the about page body, I have attachments here, and I can select images. Or I can create image content items, which will be part of my page. So I can say, for instance, title kitten 1, a media like this one, and a caption. Okay, and I can publish. So this will look ugly at first because it will try to render it. So if I go to the about page, it won't even try to render it. Oh, it won't render it because I have a custom template for a page which doesn't render it by default. So then the idea is that now you have stuff here, and because it's a body, bodies, Sipko, you don't know that, but you can use also liquid in bodies and in Markdown. So you can do exactly the same thing here. Like I will do it in HTML because I'm afraid that that it will break the formatting otherwise. So if I do for
did you just say that this body is Markdown?
No, this one is HTML, but there is a Markdown body too. So then both of them support liquid. So for A in model dot, it's not model. Is it model here? No, in a body you have access to content item directly. Content item dot content dot attachments dot content items. here you can say, I will just render the names. A dot dot first dot that would I hope the editor won't. Yeah, the editor. This is a crap editor. This doesn't work.
But maybe you shouldn't paste it into the HTML markup. Yeah, like that.
Preview. No, it's buggy. We have to find a solution. Oh no, I know why. Because it's not correct. Liquid. Well, maybe it's also crap editor. So it save draft.
Maybe now you need to switch to the HTML view and remove the BRs, the breaks.
Maybe it's just that is wrong. Yes, this is wrong because A is a content item and the field is called media, I think, or image. I don't remember. This is an image content item, so it's a.image.media. Boom, it works. Okay. Yeah, that's the only issue here. It has to be really well documented. People will be confused, but it's the same thing in Orchard 1. You have to find the correct path, or you just do something like this, and you see the full JSON, and you know what to.
Yeah, this already is much better than Orchard 1. This makes it more discoverable.
So that, and here you can say you could do stuff. Yeah, you can then reuse the attachments from here. Something that will be interesting is that the attachment itself has a name or something that you could say here, get the content items of this value, like this exactly attachment, and then do something with it. Because maybe you don't want to render all the attachments, but render the attachment there and there. I don't know, but it's open. Because otherwise, the solution to inject the media in the body is that, and you can inject the media directly. Okay, this will work. You see, it works because it injects the correct liquid for that, and you can resize it. And I made a mistake, 2 pipes.
And this works by default. You don't have to enable a particular feature,
Nope.
as is the case in Orchard 1, where you have to enable a particular HTML filter feature.
No, this is by default. This is the default template. And I broke something here. Resize URL 200. It doesn't want it. Yeah, there must be a space here. I think there is an issue with the editor. So here there's a space, and if I do, it works. Okay. You see, and it's live, so it's very nice to test your scenarios. Boom. Yep, that's it. I think that's it. And what else? I tried diverse usage of the bags as a reusable part or not. And you can have as many parts as you want with this thing. Like with images, with other things, you can also mix the elements you want here. That's super useful, I think. And same thing for performance. Just one query to database to get everything, and it's rendered, done, without any cache. It's beautiful. Something I want to improve the templates, for instance, is because it might be cryptic to find which name of a template you want here. If you have already developed on Orchard, it's fine because it's same logic as Orchard 1. But what we could do easily is from content types, for instance, we could have some links to edit templates that will go on this view with the correct name. so you don't have to make the template name up from the types, from the parts, from the fields. That might be very useful actually. That and that's it. Questions? So this is a templates branch. Did I miss any question here? So many questions. You should have stopped me and asked a question. So this is okay. O2, did you include two media profiles? No, there is no media profile. There are filters like Sonic and so to you. So this still we can still make it a feature, but not for the current state. So we could still have a profiles feature that you will define predefined sets of transformations, and then we'll include a filter for liquid where you sell pipe profile with a name, and then you can reuse profile names. But so far we haven't done that. You need to learn liquid, yes, and it's actually super easy to learn because there are like 10 keywords. That's it. For, if, unless, assign, and two others, like nothing to know actually. And then the filter list and the parameters. But what is nice is that you just type liquid Shopify or even liquid template, and you click the first link and you have the documentation with all the operators and filters you want to use happen, you see. The first thing, which is an array, you see that first. It's explained there with examples, and everything works with the thing here. So everything is implemented. Then we will have also, and we already started that, and Antoine filed some issues not to forget the ones I forgot already. Like the resize URL is documented already. So if you go to here and you go to Orchard 2, and I don't remember the URL for the documentation, Antoine, if you can paste it, or you can just go there in the modules and then liquid, and then the Readme should have explain you how to work. You see there are filters called display URL, display text. There is a raw one. Antoine, I'm sure, just paste it. Thank you, because this will reuse what we have in the Readme.
So each module has its own Readme markdown, and that will be included here automatically.
Yep. Oh yeah, but we don't have the media.
That is awesome.
But we don't have the media here because it's not yet merged. But if we even liquid, that's sad. But so we still have to go on the source right now. You see all the properties which are available, for instance, on a content item that you can use in liquid also. See that you can use. And how to access the properties. So this is already documented. How to access the queries from liquid also. You haven't seen that, Sipke. You haven't seen that. This is beautiful. Later, ping me on Skype, I will show you.
I will.
This is awesome.
Is that like the projections module?
Yes, but yes, it's like the projections module, but it's any SQL query or Lucene queries on steroids. So it's all the queries you want that you can run directly from a liquid template. And for those who have forgotten, if they knew it, there is a new liquid page content item, which is a title and URL based one, where you can type any liquid, like any script. So you can run a script which itself will do like in query.users if you want to query all the users. And if you have defined the users query that will query all the users, then you can have a page that displays whatever you want, however you want. Okay, because you can create queries for that in the queries section if you enable the module. SQL queries, it's beautiful. That works on every database. SQL will show it to you. So imagine that, and you can also create custom templates and call the templates from your view. It's wonderful. I go back to the questions. So there is documentation. And if I go also here, not in the liquid module, but in the media, which doesn't exist because it's on a branch. So if I go on my folders here, if I go on the branch templates and I go on modules, media, and I go to the Readme, which is already there, you see media URL is documented, image tag is documented, how to resize things is documented. Okay, and there must be other filters somewhere else, also in other modules. Every module can provide filters for liquid. There's an abstraction for that. So what did I miss? Questions, where are they? Read the docs. Yes, you can do that. It's documented, you see, Nick, it's documented. Just have to know where the documentation is. Yeah, I know, but list was already taken, so I don't know how to make a difference. Because, oh, yes, I know. I had a suggestion, actually. And not because I created bag, but it's something also that other CMSs do. So other CMSs, for what we call list, they use two other terms. They either use channel or section. Think of a blog. A blog is what we have a list today. Okay, it's a list of content items, but it also has a feed, RSS feed, which we already support, and stuff like this. So they call it channels in other CMSs, or sections, and then you can create as many channels as you want. A blog being one, news being another channel of content items. So that could be a decision to make, to say the current list is actually a channel or a section, and then bag is actually a list. So we can go there. Shopify uses Liquid and owns the Liquid template language. That's why documentation also is good for us, because there are lots of examples we can reuse. Okay, good. What's random if both exist, Liquid, Razor? So in the file system, you can have both, and I don't know which one will win. I will say Liquid will ask Jean-Thierry, but it would be stupid to have in the file system the same view with two different extensions. So I won't answer this one, but you can have, so yeah, and if you don't know, you can have .liquid files in the file system. A theme can be done in .liquid. Okay, it's possible. You can do it. JT made that, and he also made the blog theme, the theme blog, what is called? The blog theme in Liquid. So it works. Then there is the Orchard templates module, which is based on Liquid, and this one will win over the file. Okay. So database wins over file system, and database is always Liquid. By design, because we can't have Razor in the admin. It's too dangerous. That's it. Other questions? There are some little things also in the media I'd like to do, like right now you can't move items from folders to folders. You can't reorder media items in a field, which should be pretty easy to do. And you can't multiple select images from the one the pop-up opens, which should be also easy to do, but yeah, some work.
What's still left to do before an actual release of version 1?
Nick will tell you. Nick? What was missing?
We just need to merge media in and then fix all the bugs we've got.
That's it. So we were waiting
Really?
for this module to
Wow.
be finished. This was the roadmap, media to be done, and this is what. So no, for beta, Sergio, we will only have what we have right now, and then for RC, we'll work on taxonomies, workflows, email, and stuff, and localization, the stuff that matter. More, but yeah. Yeah,
Do we have a list somewhere for the?
Yes,
for
there is.
RC?
The roadmap.
The roadmap, of course, yeah.
So if you go there, Orchard 2, and you click on roadmap, here. So we are late because I took some vacation and stuff, and see, we were waiting for that to be able to release a beta. And then we have taxonomies. We might make an intermediate release, but we need taxonomies, we need workflow, localization, stuff we can't go without, like email, taxonomies, workflow. I'm like, this is the stuff we need. The rest we could do without. Glimpse, we might not have it. We have a theme, a blog theme, we can create easily one more. Localization we need. Message bus, we might not care right now. Azure, we might not care right now. Job school, we might not care. Dynamics form, stuff like this, it's not mandatory. We will have them, but we have widgets, flows, layer protection, we need media. That's already great. We can build a website with what we have today, definitely. Tags will be taxonomies. There won't be a tags module. This will be an open taxonomy. And taxonomy will be fast. Whatever we do, they will be designed to be fast. Good? If there is no other question, then it will be on Thursday, next triage, to merge all the pull request.